We got our second draft going of the evening. This is an awkward one. Most powerful card is maybe Mana War or Necrotol. Yeah, Necrotol by a huge margin, actually. What am I talking about? Pilgrim's Eye is best for 5-color. At this point, it's so medium, though. I kind of want to just, like, grab a good card here. I don't want to waste my first pick on Mana Fixer. I mean, you need to pick Mana Fixing very early in this style of deck, but I feel like I've got to hit a Pilgrim's Eye or some tap lands or something at some point before this. And, like, I don't know. I just feel like wasting a first pick when there's something like Necrotol in the pack. Or even just Mana War. Like, when it's just Pilgrim's Eye, I just don't feel like taking it that much here. And maybe that's looking at drafting 5 colors wrong. Maybe if I draft it more, I'll actually want Pilgrim's Eye. I guess we'll just kind of see how that goes. But my feeling is from playing the draft, and I have done a lot of these drafts, is that we should be able to get some tap lands. We should be able to see at least one other Pilgrim's Eye. Probably a Civic Wayfinder. And I think we're okay. Ooh, and now there's Vindicate. Yeah, Necrotol followed up by Vindicate? That seems pretty good. Other options are Werebear or Thornwood Falls. With double Werebear, it's somewhat likely that I'll wheel one. Thornwood Falls will almost certainly wheel. Yeah, we'll just take Vindicate. I'll get some tap lands pretty soon. I think that the tap lands and, like, Pilgrim's Eye, Civic Wayfinder, Abundant Growth, those kinds of cards should probably be, like, your, I don't know, 3rd to, like, 5th picks is when you start taking them, somewhere in there. We have a Pilgrim's Eye here. We do also have a Honden of Life's Web and a Vampiric Tutor, all of which are pretty good. Vamp Tutor is great. Just being able to search up anything is very nice. Honden of Life's Web is good because, of course, I'd like to be Hondens. Pilgrim's Eye, if I pass this Pilgrim's Eye, I'm starting to get a little bit greedy, I think. I feel like Necrotol first pick over Pilgrim's Eye is an easy choice to make. At this point, it's on that edge of whether or not I should just take Pilgrim's Eye here to make sure that I can get all my colors. But I kind of want to take Honden and just see if I can get a bunch of Hondens again, because last deck, that was really good. The Hondens are fantastic if you can get a bunch of different colors of them. The exception, of course, being blue. You don't want any other Hondens if you have the blue Honden. We'll take that, and now we definitely need to find Fixing. Llanowar Elves is nice for ramp. I could take Firebolt just because it's the best card. I leave myself open to being in a bit of trouble for mana. Although Llanowar Elves doesn't really fix mana, it's mostly just like ramping me up, which is also still very important, I think. Well, Firebolt is a lot better. I'm going to take the Firebolt, and we need to pick up a lot of mana fixing now. Yeah, like, now we just Windmill Slam Scoured Barrens. Tragic Flip and Twisted Abomination are both great, but we need some Scoured Barrens. Twisted Abomination is actually kind of defensible, because it does count as a swamp if you really need to, but I think that I'd rather just take the Scoured Barrens, because it doesn't actually count towards my main deck cards either. So tap lands are really nice additions. I should be able to pick up another Twisted Abomination at some point. It is a common. This should be quite a deck so far. If we can actually get the mana fixing, we've got 4 very powerful cards at the start. I'd love to pick up a red or white Honden. Last time we had the black Honden, and I think that's decent, but honestly the much better Hondens I think are red and white if you're going to go for multiple Hondens. The Honden of Cleansing Fire with any other Honden, like 4 life a turn, that's so hard for anybody to get over. It's really, really devastating to try and beat. Alright, let's take a Windscarred Crag. We have red and white fixing now. Other options. Yeah, there's really nothing that we're missing out on too much here. I mean, I guess I could take a Nausea for the sideboard. Prowling Pangolin's pretty bad. Una's Grace is acceptable. That might even be the pick there if I'm just making sure I get all colors. Ooh, Phyrexian Gargantua is sweet. There's also Rugged Highlands for green. And Faithless Looting. I really like Phyrexian Gargantua. But I might need the Rugged Highlands. How greedy do I want to get? Gargantua is fantastic. But Rugged Highlands is just, like, nice fixing for us. I think that I should just take the fixing. As awkward as that is, as much as I really just want to grab something that's like a really good card, I should probably make sure that my mana is okay. Prismatic Lens is an excellent pickup. Ramp and mana fixing. Sentinel Spider would not be bad. I wouldn't mind Night's Whisper either. But, I mean, I'm certainly happy with Prismatic Lens. Winter Orb. Winter Orb's not exactly good for us. I mean, it's... If we have a bunch of Prismatic Lenses, I guess Winter Orb is better, but... Yeah, I think that our deck's going to be pretty mana intensive, and Winter Orb's just not where we want to be. Could just take a Dragon Egg as a decent ground blocker, or a Seal of Cleansing as sideboard hate. I think we'll take the Dragon Egg. Ooh, Thornwood Falls Wield. Alright. Well, now we have some decent fixing. We never got any of the Pilgrim's Eyes back, but that's honestly not super unexpected. Pilgrim's Eye goes really early. A lot of people, if they're not... don't have to play 5 color to take a Pilgrim's Eye. Pilgrim's Eye fits in every deck, and people will want, like, 3 or 4 colors a fair amount of the time in this format, so it seems pretty easy to slam it. Sentinel Spider is good. I like big fatties in this style of deck. Hookmaster, Seal of Cleansing. I think that I like the Seal. Good sideboard card. I don't really need Skulking Ghost or Second Thoughts. Like, another 5-drop in Second Thought seems very mediocre. And it's not like Core Hookmaster, which is like a tempo card, is particularly great in this deck. We're not going to be tempoing a lot of people. Take Seal of Strength. Trigon Predator is good. It was excellent in the last deck that we had. Coming across that Enchantments deck early, Trigon Predator was amazing. We were buried in game 1, except that we had turn 3 Trigon Predator. Alright, now I'm really hoping for another Honden. Infinite Rage would probably be the best. I don't know, either one, red or white, would be great. Besides that, I'm not sure what I'd want for a rare, honestly, in 5 colors. Maybe just like a Sphinx of the Steel Wind or something. Something big and nasty and in a lot of colors. A Maelstrom Wanderer would actually be really insane. So we have Chain Lightning, Mana War, and Rager? Werebear? Werebear, Rager, Chain Lightning, Mana War. I think those are our 4 picks here. I don't think I want Thornwood Falls. I have a lot of fixing already. I gotta kind of determine what my main color is and how I'm gonna try and run the deck. Because you still, I mean, when you're 5 colors, you generally still have, like, 1 or 2 main colors, and then the other cards are just splashes. So you have, like, 1 or 2 white and black and red cards or something in your blue-green. Like, that's kind of the way that the 5 color decks work in my mind, at least the good ones. If you end up with, like, 3 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 5, like, that's just such an awkward mana base to try and build around. You have to have some amazing fixing to make that work. So I only have I have Firebolt and Necrotal and Vindicate already. I think we take Mana War or Rager or Werebear. I'm actually going to take Werebear. I've got a bunch of late game already. I think that I would just want to be able to shore that up. There's a Pilgrim's Eye. And I might need to take it now. I'm not taking anything that's super crazy over it. Might wheel Tranquil Cove. We have blue. We have a white card. We have black. We have red. We have green. So we have all the colors. So we need everything. Llanowar Elves would be good. Roar of the Worm's fine. Phantom Monster is fine. Beetleback Chief is okay. The double red is, like, anything that has a double cost on it makes me a little wary. Except maybe green, and that's because of the fact that I'm going to be playing, like, Werebear and Llanowar Elf. There's Civic Wayfinder, Rager, Honden of Scene wins, but like I said, I don't like pairing the blue Honden with other Hondens. You tend to draw yourself to death very quickly with Honden of Scene wins if you have a bunch of them. Rager, Wayfinder. I think I want Wayfinder. You do want to be base green most of the time. So it looks like we're like kind of base green black maybe? Or base red green. I really like Honden. I don't know. I might play 2 Hondens. Like I said, I'm just worried about stacking Honden of Scene wins with the other Hondens. It's the one Honden that I'm a little bit not excited about. I mean, if I have Honden of Life's Web and Honden of Scene Winds, that's probably fine. But then if I get like a Honden of Cleansing Fire, I can never play all three. You just end up dying. Phyrexian Gargantua, Firebolt, or Merfolk. These are all great. This is like kind of perfect for us because we're just able to pick up any of the powerful cards that we want. We already have Prismatic Lens, 4 mana, 4 tapped lands, and Civic Wayfinder and Pilgrim's Eye. So, I mean, we have a bunch of mana fixing. So, we just get our pick of whatever is powerful. I like the Gargantua, but I think it's Looter. I want the early game. Juggernaut, Elf, Trigon Predator again, Relic Progenitors for the sideboard. Ooh, a Mana War. Mana War is kind of sweet. Even like Mana War my own Necrotol, and then play Necrotol again seems kind of cool. Could possibly see taking another Trigon Predator or Llanowar too. It's any of these three. Llanowar Elves is very tempting. I feel like I might want the Llanowar. I really feel like I want to be able to ramp a lot. And I'm going to be base green. The green-blue land. Lysolana. I have 2 elves. Yeah, not enough. I think we just take Thornwood Falls here. Uno's Grace would be okay, but it's not amazing. It's looking more and more like I'm blue, green, black, and I'm going to splash white and splash red for a few removal spells or something. Jetting Glasskite's really tough for people to deal with. That's a great finisher. Do I take that or do I take Dismal Backwater? I think I take the Glasskite. I've got a fair number of fixers already. Oh, man. So, we managed, after the last full force draft, we actually, the next day, I somehow got the exact same deck, basically. I ended up in an Animate Dead World Gorger Dragon deck, double Animate Dead, double Extract in Darkness, and World Gorger Dragon. And I comboed 5 out of 6 games and just steamrolled everybody. I'm kind of tempted to just take it here in case I come across an Animate Dead. I do have Merfolk Looter. I have some come into play abilities. I mean, I don't see any real downside to doing it. I could take, like, Desperate Ravings or Counterspell, but those don't seem great in my deck. I'll just take a World Gorger and see what happens. I probably don't play it, but you never know. I have Faithless Looting, too. Maybe I just go really deep. Thornwood Falls, number 2 seems okay. Oh, that's number 3. We're getting pretty full up on tap lands. That being said, what else do I play here? I'm not going to play Elvish Vanguard. I'm not going to play Cephalid Sage or Quiet Speculations, so I guess it's Thornwood Falls. Ooh, Tranquil Cove Wield. I like that. Counterspell, sure. Seal of Cleansing for the sideboard. I don't think I want a second Sentinel Spider. I like the card, but I gotta be a little realistic in how many 5-drops I can play, and I also would like a Seal of Cleansing for the sideboard. I need at least one of those kinds of cards. If I come up across against another Honden deck, I mean, somebody did take the Honden of Seeing Winds, then I'll want a Seal of Cleansing. Same with, like, Burning Vengeance. There's a lot of enchantments and artifacts that make a pretty big deal in this format. I mean, Armadillo Cloak and Faith's Fetters, and there's just a ton of really good ones. Alright, well, that is a Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Seems like a pretty good finisher if I'm going to go all colors. And I'm missing out on 0 fixing. A Victimize, I guess, which doesn't seem great. Wonder, which is pretty nice, but I don't have a lot of great ways to get into the graveyard. Yeah, I'll just take Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Seems like a slam. We need some more Hondens. Honden was amazing last time. Mesa Enchantress. I don't have any enchantments, really. I'd also like some Abundant Growths. I don't have any of those yet, and they're really good fixers. Sprite Noble, Wake Dancer, Blight Soil Druid, help fix the green. I mean, that's fine, I guess. I don't have a lot of black even right now. It's more green-blue. Could take Future Sight, but that seems very hard to cast. I guess Blight Soil Druid? There's nothing here that's really exciting. Warden of Evos Isle is okay, I guess. I have Trigon Predator, Pilgrim's Eye, Glasskite, and Steelwind. So, 4 other things that it makes cheaper. I think I take the Blight Soil Druid. It's more early game too, and I kind of need that. I don't think this deck isn't as good as the last one yet. We need more fixing. We need more like abundant growths. That's what I'd really like. Abundant growth would be great. Another Honden would be great. I will take any of the colors of Honden besides blue, please. White, red, black, don't really care. Any of them would be great. Green, obviously green would not be very good either, because you can't play two Hondens. One thing that some people have forgotten, I've had people play it against me, do not play Honden of Life's Web and then play like a second Honden of Life's Web. They are in fact legendary enchantments, so you can't stack like 4 Honden of Life's Webs on the board. Does not work out as well as you would like. So we've got Carbonize and Gitu Slinger. Slinger's interesting. Opens the door for some shenanigans to kind of like either Gravedigger them back or get like some kind of flicker effect. But I don't have anything like that going on yet, so maybe Carbonize is just better. It deals more damage. Gitu Slinger is a 2-for-1 though. I think I just take the Slinger. And now we have Blood Artist, Deathrite Shaman, another Pilgrim's Eye, Phyrexian Rager. I think we take the Pilgrim's Eye. We have some pretty dicey mana right now. I feel like we have too many Thornwood Falls, and we don't have any of the Abundant Growths that were really, really good in the last deck. So I wouldn't mind another Pilgrim's Eye here and make sure that our mana is shored up. We also have a harder deck for casting costs. Like, the casting costs in this deck are a lot tougher. We've got a lot of double cards, like Necrotal, Sentinel Spider, Jetting Glasskite. That's going to make things pretty rough. Intangible Virtue. I don't have any way to make tokens except for the Honden. Hymnotruck is great, but also double black. Zealous Persecution's okay. Well, not okay. It's very good, but... Well, I guess we have 13 creatures. I was just thinking we don't have that many, that Zealous Persecution's like going to let us run people over with a bunch of creatures that we go wide with. But, I mean, I guess we have Honden of Life's Web. And we do have 13 creatures so far. Yeah, Zealous Persecution could be okay. Phyrexian Rager, Pilgrim's Eye again, or Tranquil Cove. I feel like I have more than enough white fixing. We have Zealous Persecution, Vindicate, and Sphinx. But we have, like, Tranquil Cove, Windscarred Crag, and Scoured Barrens already. So even one Plains is 4 sources, not including Pilgrim's Eye and the Civic Wayfinder and the Prismatic Lens. So that doesn't seem necessary. Rager is very tempting. I'd like to draw some extra cards. We have no great card draw right now. We have Looter and Una's Grace, but that's not wonderful. This is a deck where I want to have a bunch of card draw, because drawing cards actually fixes your mana. You get all the lands that you need by drawing extra cards. I think we just take Rager. I think I have enough fixing at this point that I can make one pick out of there. Mindless Automaton, I guess. I don't think I want Glacial Wall, and I already have a Windscarred Crag, and like I said, I'm not really trying to fix any more white mana, or even really red. I have Windscarred Crag and Rugged Highlands for 2 red cards, plus again, Wayfinder's Eyes, etc., etc. So we'll just take that. Llanowar Elves, ooh, Abundant Growth. I think that we just slam Abundant Growth. I like Elves, but something that makes any color of mana is pretty important for us right now. Another Seal of Cleansing for the sideboard is probably fine. I'd like to replace Mindless Automaton, but I don't think we're going to find anything better. It's too bad we didn't find another Honden. That would have been perfect. I've yet to get the Honden deck. I haven't managed to get anything more than like 2 Hondens. I don't think we've ever assembled 3. Warden of Evos Isle. I actually think that's pretty good for us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Maybe not. I could also take the White Mane Lion. White Mane Lion bounces like our Pilgrim's Eyes and things. Of course, it's not our main color, so we don't want to have as much white. Yeah, I'll take Warden. Probably better than Mindless Automaton. Alright, nobody needs Soul Catcher. Well, actually, I'll take a Nausea for the sideboard. Just in case. Ooh, Night's Whisper? Oh, wow. I think that I play Night's Whisper. I gotta find a way to jam that in here. Night's Whisper is strong enough that I think I want it. I might even just take out Una's Grace. I'm probably not going to discard a lot of extra lands. Although, with the Pilgrim's Eyes and Civic Wayfinder, maybe I do. It's just that we have a lot of top end, so I'm probably going to want a lot of land. It's an interesting decision. I have Looter to get rid of extra lands. Could just take out Counterspell. Counterspell's actually really greedy. Yeah, that seems better. We'll take out Counterspell, put in Una's Grace. And now we need to figure out our colors. Whew. This is a tough one. We have a lot of different colors in this one. So right now, let's see. We go 2, which is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green. Dicey. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue. Yeah, let's not do that. 6 blue and 8 green seems much better. Yeah, because, I mean, the green gets Abundant Growth, Llanowar Elves, Werebear, Civic Wayfinder, like all these things that kind of help ramp us or fix our mana, which seems very important. I don't know that I need 2 black. Oh no, I definitely need 2 swamps. We only have Scoured Barrens. So that's 3 black sources only. I have a lot of black. Oof. That could be difficult. I actually think I go down to 1 island, even, and go up another swamp. This still gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue sources. Yeah, that should be more than enough, and that gives us 4 black at least. I definitely want 1 plane so I can search it with Pilgrim's Eye or the Civic Wayfinder. Same with a mountain. Black's a little bit dicey. Only 4 is pretty low. But luckily, most of it's fairly late. Like, we don't probably play Necrotal on turn 4, although I wouldn't mind the option. Vindicate's unlikely on turn 3. Sphinx is very late. Zealous Persecution's not a turn 2 play. It's like a turn 6 or 7 or something. Alright, that seems okay. Not amazing. The mana could certainly be better, but I think it's okay. I mean, we still have an Abundant Growth. We still have all these Eyes and Wayfinders and stuff to search things out as well. It's probably better than I think it is. And the Prismatic Lens, too. Almost forgot about that. Alright, I think this is good. So we'll submit this, and I will see everybody for the matches. Alright. I mean, we take a bunch of damage here, but then afterwards we're fairly stable. Oh, man. Yeah. That is a card.